I guess I wish I just knew that there's absolutely no circumstance under which I ever have to give up the right to decide what happens to me in my body. Like, there are no circumstances.
I like to believe in second chances, but he forced me down and tried to hold me down. He knew I was unwilling. I know you get a ton of emails, but if you can, please write back.
The words you just heard are from students around the country. Like many others, they wrote to me after hearing me tell my story at their school. When I was 18, I was raped by another student at my college. I was a virgin. I wasn't drunk. It happened in my room. I was on a date with a guy who looked like a model out of a magazine. I said no. He didn't listen. That's how I learned about rape. I decided to tell my story. The media became interested, and the next thing I knew, I was on the cover of Time magazine and giving interviews on Oprah and CNN, Good Morning America. Since then, I have told my story to maybe 1 million people. It gets a little less painful every time, but it's never easy. Afterward, people from the audience approached me with stories of how they were raped. And every time I receive emails like the ones you just heard.
Every person deserves to be free from mental and physical abuse, and any level of sexual intimacy should be based on consent.
I imagine that many of the men watching the video up until this point have been like, what does this have to do with me? After all, sexual assault is a woman's issue, right? And I don't need to watch 30 minutes of women blaming men. Well, I think as men we can get defensive about all of this, or we can use this as a challenge to really think about our own actions and behaviors.
But I do remember not, really responding, just again, like being really confused about like, how did I get into this situation? I think my mind was clouded, again, because I've been drinking.
A lot of people tell me that date rape is really an unfortunate misunderstanding. Maybe rape lost its sting when someone decided to put the word date in front of it. They were on a date, he bought her dinner, she invited him up to her apartment. What did she expect? It wasn't like it was rape, it was just date rape.
But state laws generally prohibit 3 types of individuals from giving effective consent to sexual activity: those who are underage, those who are mentally incapacitated, and those who are incapacitated because of the effects of alcohol or other drugs.